Hey guys, happy Monday. This is Jessica from J. Prater Consulting. And today I'm bringing you a conversation with Kristen Swann. I wanted to bring somebody on that was local here to the Middle Tennessee area. And Kristen has an exceptional story. She's been in a variety of different jobs within her career, but she brings a unique skill set to each one of those. And I wanted to bring Kristen on to talk a little bit about her motivation in her business. Kristen is currently the Director of Marketing for Quinn's Mercantile in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She is truly a creative person. Honestly, Kristen's one of the most creative people that I know. And she's a creative that is using her superpowers for marketing and communication. And we're going to have a great conversation today. We talk about the idea of working within a team. When you're not the boss, when you're not the manager, how do you bring your skill sets to the completion, the success of the organization? And then we have an interesting conversation about how to motivate millennials. Join me with this special coffee chat with Kristen Swann. So good morning, Kristen. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. So first question, it's morning, important thing, and I got to hold up my Quinn swag this morning. If
Yeah.
I were meeting you at your favorite local coffee shop, what would you be ordering this morning?
So my favorite thing is I just love coffee. The cortado, I know it's my favorite. The cortado with a Cubano shot, which is basically espresso with a little bit of milk and a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite. I think it's just because I need a lot of caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gets in my system real quick. Yeah.
I'm with you there. And Kristen's actually local to the Middle Tennessee area with me as well. So Just Love is one of my favorite places as well. Actually, I was just there yesterday having a business meeting. Their waffles are awesome, but their coffee is even more awesome. So
Oh, yeah.
very good. So Kristen, our series is Motivation Monday. It's all about talking about what motivates you in your business and your career. So if I were to pose that question for you, what motivates you? How would you respond to that?
I think for me, I am a pretty creative person. So just learning new things, trying to help grow our business here at Quinn's. Our owner, Tracy, started just about 2 years ago, and this business has really taken off. We're growing our online presence. It's really been awesome to see how it's grown. And I love that. I love that we offer something local and unique for our customers. And I think that really motivates me, is just to be able to offer something unique to the Murfreesboro community, but also to people that follow us, online as well. And I also think what's really motivating for me is being able to work somewhere that gives back to the local community, that really invests in its employees. And I think that is incredibly important. I'm 30, I'll be 31 soon. And I think it is important to a younger generation to know that where they work, cares about the community and cares about them as people. So that's always really motivating for me as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kristen and I have known each other for quite a while. Actually, we were
We
both.
have. I was just thinking about that. We've known each other since college. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
a long time. So you could probably tell some pretty good Jessica stories. But
Yeah.
um, I think what's interesting, Kristen, is I've followed your career. And I think I have to say, you've been in a lot of different industries. You've done a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different things.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think what has gone with you to every job that you've done is that you're clearly passionate about what you do. And that's very evident both in what you do and the job that you're doing, but also the energy that you put out. So tell us a little bit about taking yourself to every different stage of life that you come into, every different job that you approach.
Yeah, so I started my career in the nonprofit industry. I worked for United Way for a while, and also worked for the local Chamber of Commerce here. And one of the biggest things I learned, those two organizations have a pretty long history, and so they really in a lot of ways needed some like fresh new ideas, and that was something I feel like I was able to bring to the table in a lot of ways, and that's something that I really enjoy doing, is just saying, hey, could we try this, or hey, could we do this could be something new and different. Another thing that I really love and I honestly feel is one of my strengths is connecting people. And I think that that's kind of, I'm really more of an introvert at heart. And so I'm not the person at the party that's going to be like the life of the party and like all this kind of stuff. But what I do love is meeting people and introducing people and connecting people and say, hey, have you met Jessica? She's really great at this and she can really help your business with this. And so that's something that I have taken to every career that I had. I had a very brief stint in the car business, which I always have to laugh at. It was just really a learning experience for me. But that's honestly that was even something that I enjoyed, was meeting with our customers and helping them solve problems. And, that was something that I brought to the table there as well. So I think no matter what you're doing, because I've really, honestly, every job that I've had, I've made some kind of wacky moves, I guess, that maybe didn't make a lot of sense to some people, but made sense to me. That has been like the heart of what I've wanted to do is connect people and give, whatever my talents and skills are to wherever I'm working. Because I think that, wherever you are, you can bring what you do best, you can bring it to that business. And I think that that's always been my mentality is, wherever I am going to bring what I'm good at and the skill sets that I have to that job.
Yeah, absolutely. And that takes a lot of self-knowledge. Kristen, I love that every time that you kind of come into this new season with what you're doing with your career, you definitely can see you putting your talents to use. I know Quinn's is a local store for us. You guys are doing some really interesting things with live events and classes and ways to drive in new customers. And it's super evident that you not only have a really unique perspective, but also a team that works around you and supports your ideas. So can you talk a little bit about how you work in a team setting and how you build your motivation as a team?
Yeah, I mean, I think at Quinn's, that culture of bringing new innovative ideas was here long before I got here. And so I don't think that that's necessarily all me. But I do think what I can appreciate about Tracy, our owner, is that she is very open to new ideas, and she's not someone that thinks, okay, well, this is how we've always done it, so this is how we're going to continue to do it. And so I've been able to feed off of that and say, okay, well, why don't we try this? Why don't we do this? And I think that's really important. I think whatever you're doing, you really need to make sure that you mesh with the team that you're working with and make sure that they see your skill set and are open to utilizing your skill set. Because I think sometimes people will want to put you in a box and say, okay, well, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're here for. And when you can find someone to work with that says, all right, what are you good at? What can we have you do? That's really great. And I think Tracy's been great with a number of employees doing that. So she's doing a happy dance. She's like sitting next to me. I'm not saying this because she's sitting next to me either. It's true. It's totally true. But something I heard recently, and I really liked it, was that you bet on the person, right? And so, I think if you can work with people that are good people, that are hard workers, that want to see you succeed as well, and are not selfish and are not, doing things just out of selfish, if that makes sense, you bet on people because they're good people and they want to see you succeed and they want to see you thrive. And I think that that's something that I've enjoyed here at Quinn's and other places I've worked as well. Yeah. But I think that's important when you're making a career change, even though it might seem a little different or out of the ordinary, you really need to be aligning yourself with people that believe in you. And I think that that's critical and very important.
Yeah, I love that idea. Alignment, belief, all of those things are really important. And I think it's important to think about this in the mindset of a team. So up to this point, I've done a lot of Motivation Monday chats with people that are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that are kind of doing their own thing. But I think the conversation needs to be as well with people that are working as a team, because going in the entrepreneurial life is not for everybody. But also, plus if you're not an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that you can't plug in and really be great and wonderful and have that spirit wherever you are. And so I love that idea of alignment and thinking of your skill set. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you talked about at the beginning when we started talking about that idea of millennials. And so, talking about millennials can be such a loaded conversation. I think it's really interesting because you and I both fall in that millennial category, and millennials get a bad rap sometimes, and I think that's not always the case. So, talk a little bit about what you think motivates millennials or our generation in the workplace.
I think that there are pros and cons to millennials, and I think that you have to be fair with that. My husband always jokes, he's like, "We're millennials, but we're old millennials." I'm
We
like,
are.
"Okay, I don't even know what that means." So, okay. But so I think that they do get a bad rap, and I think a lot of that is because you have to understand that, and this is a lesson that I learned from my dad a long time ago, is that, work is not always fun. Sometimes you have to do stuff you don't want to do, and I think sometimes millennials get in this like follow your passion, follow your dreams, like that kind of stuff, which is awesome and great. And you should do that. But sometimes you just have to work too. I mean, I think that that's kind of maybe why they get a bad rap. But I also think that they are very driven by setting a goal or setting a vision, or, this is what I want you to do. You're a part of something bigger than yourself. And I think that that's a huge thing for millennials, is knowing that they're a part of something bigger. I think that's why a lot of larger corporations are going more towards partnering with nonprofits, doing habitat builds, doing team building activities, doing, lunches and events for their younger employees, because they want to feel connected and they don't want to just go to work, punch a clock and leave. And so, and of course, I think with anything, you can't stereotype. I mean, you've got all different types of personalities within that. But I think that younger people just really want to feel like they're a part of something bigger and see the bigger vision and see kind of what they're working towards, instead of just, all right, I'm here, I'm doing this job, it doesn't mean anything to me. So I think that that's kind of maybe why they get a bad rap. But I think if you stop and think about it, that's actually a pretty phenomenal thing. I think millennials are hardworking in the sense that, they're not going to just be like, well, my butt's in my seat from 8 to 5 and, whatever. I think if you kind of inspire them and give them a little bit of opportunity to have vision and to really be a part of your business, then I think that they will take it and run with it and have a little bit of ownership with that.
Yeah. And I
So.
love that. That makes so much sense, and really important to talk about. You can't really stereotype somebody, but it's important to think about how you can plug that into your business. So, Kristen, I want to acknowledge you very quickly. When I was looking at bringing on somebody locally to do Motivation Monday, you were the first person that I thought about, because you are so absolutely passionate in what you do. I have to tell the story that when I started thinking about doing Motivation Monday, I wanted to up my coffee mug game. And
Yes.
guys, I texted Kristen and I said, hey, does Quinn's have coffee mugs? And I'm not kidding you guys. She sent me, within 5 minutes, sent me multiple pictures of coffee mug options.
Yeah.
She not
Gotta
only
get the right one.
Yeah, she helped me find the right one, but beyond that, she made the offer of like, hey, if you want me to bring it over to your office, we can always, set up an online payment and I can bring it to you. I mean, that level of customer service is absolutely appreciated. And so that's why I absolutely wanted to have you on today to talk about what motivates you in your business. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So the question I'd have for you, I know Planet Internet wants to know where they can find you and learn more about your passion. So tell me where they can find you looking for you on the internet.
So Quinn's has an Instagram. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at Quinn's Mercantile. And then we have a Facebook, which is Quinn's Mercantile. Online, we're quinnsmercantile.com. Pretty much everything in our store, with the exception of maybe some bigger furniture pieces, are available online. We ship, daily. We've shipped all over the country. And so just check us out there. We have some really neat stuff that is local and unique to Tennessee, but that's also just local and unique, period. And so, yeah, that's probably the best way to find us. And we hope you'll check us out.
All right. Thanks, Kristen, and have a great Monday.
You too. Thank you.